Hi guys, Naomi Finlay here. Are you stuck with how to best use design principles at the selling stage of your renovation? Do you want to find out a little bit more about what it takes to style your property for success? Design principles can include using things like balance, size, proportion, and even lighting to make your property really stand out. After all, these are the things that will help you create that emotional connection with your buyer. And when you have an emotionally invested buyer, these are the ones that are going to be hitting target on sale day. These are the ones that are going to be giving you your greatest profits. So today, I want to take a step into looking at exactly how you can use each and every one of these principles when you're styling your home when it comes to going to the market. Now, one of the key elements of the home staging process is styling the property for sale. Home staging is your opportunity to showcase the property and show your buyers its true potential. Now, this stage can be a little tricky because there's a lot that can go into it, from lamps to carpets to rugs to cushions to fresh flowers, scented candles. Oh my gosh, there's so many options out there for styling your home. With so much choice, it's no wonder that some of you write to me saying that you're a little overwhelmed. But before you throw in the towel, you need to remember the following, that it's not overwhelming if you break it down into workable steps. So, should you go pro? Should you get a professional home stager to help you? If you do choose to use a professional home stager, then a lot of the hard work will be done for you, let's face it. It's still a good idea though that you have a general feel and an idea, a targeted idea of who your end buyer is, and you work with that home stager to make sure that the look and feel of the property is in accordance with the renovation and the end buyer. Now, if you decide you're going to tackle this solo, that you're going to go alone, then it's even more important to make sure that you know how the design principles will work with your property. You want to make a very clear picture of the style, the look, and the feel that you're trying to create. Why? Because it will mean the difference between potential buyers walking through a place and being a little interested, or walking through a place and thinking, oh wow, this is the place I want and I want it now. If this is your first time flipping a property, I would suggest that you consider using a professional home stager. Not only can the whole end process of taking it to market be just a little bit stressful, but you could also learn a lot of good things from an expert professional home stager that you can potentially use in your project after that and after that. But at the end of the day, you have to balance how much you already have on your plate, how much more you can handle, and how big your budget is. The key word here is being effective. There is no point in self-staging your property if it means you're not going to give it the proper time and effort that it needs. And if you end up getting it wrong, it can absolutely hurt your end profits. So regardless of which option you choose to take, how do you use these design principles I've been talking about to make a killer first impression? Now note this one down, KISS. Keep it simple. It's the best way to make sure you're not going overboard with your style. Now, over-the-top chandeliers with gold trims and running ivy, oh my gosh, none of that. Unless you're going for some random eccentric Venetian look, which I can't imagine is any target market or many target markets in our country. But also remember that you do want to create a wow factor. You don't just want the furniture and the decor to be sitting there, and you also don't want it to outshine what you've already done. Instead, you want buyers to walk in and be able to connect with both. You want them to walk in and go, I can't wait to cook in that kitchen. Oh my gosh, the kids are going to love their rooms. I can't wait to be in that outdoor space. After all, those buyers are house shopping. They're not furniture shopping. On the other end of the scale of keeping it simple, that doesn't mean that you go Japanese minimalistic or the ultra stark end of Scandinavian. And again, unless that's a specific style that you're after, you need to find that middle ground. You need to appeal to all of your target market and offend nobody. So your property does not need to be filled with designer decor, nor does it need to be overly humble. Keep it simple is all about finding that sweet spot. After all, if you're offering a family home, you want to show the buyers that they can use each of these spaces to the fullest potential of that family home. And a lot of the time, that means working within the budget that a family will have. So please don't be too quick to dismiss our large chain stores that have some very simple, very cost-effective items, decor items that won't break the bank. You know what? I guess an analogy is if you give an artist a canvas, some paintbrushes and 3 colours, they can create a masterpiece. So you need to be the artist. It's not about you, it's about your market and about what you can create. Which leads me to my next point, okay? So position and style is king. I want you to imagine this. A home stager shows up and gives you a whole truckload of beautiful furniture and daycare to fill a living room, right, of this property. There are 2 couches, 2 armchairs, 2 coffee tables, 2 lots of books, 2 lots of flowers, 2 lots of everything. They've made sure that all of the furniture suits the style and the colour scheme of the home that you're looking to stage, but you're left to make the choices, picking between each of the 2 items and positioning completely up to you. So how are you going to go about deciding which pieces to use and when to put them in and where? Now, remember to leave your emotions at the door. This is absolutely not about you. You have to look at the space, you have to look at the items and work out what will work over the whole property. Think about it like a bit of a jigsaw puzzle where everything will mesh together perfectly. So when you take one of those couches, how will it fit in the living room? And I don't mean how will it fit through the door, how will it look in the living room? Where will it be placed? How does it impact on the rest of the space and the furniture and the look and feel? Are the buyers going to walk in and feel that the home is welcoming, or are they going to walk in and feel that it's cramped because the couch is taking up most of the space or in the wrong position? Now, if you get the couch in the perfect position, you then need to move on and look at the rug. Which one of those rugs will complement that lounge and complement that living room? And then the coffee table, and so on and so forth. And just because you have 2 side tables there at your disposal, it doesn't mean you have to use them both. If you feel that that space is perfect the way it is, when you only use 1 side table, there's no reason to cram in more furniture just for the sake of it. And lastly, you can actually direct your buyers through the room with the way you place the furniture. If you block a doorway with a couch, not literally, potential buyers will find it frustrating and may even think that the living room is much smaller than it actually is. Use the furniture and use home staging as a way to bring out the best in the property, as well as direct the buyers towards the spaces you want them to see most. Become the traffic controller of that open inspection. And combining these things will make sure that each and every time you stage that home or have it professionally staged, that you will be selling that property for more. Thanks for joining me. Did you know I wrote a book all about renovating to create wealth and freedom in your life? I've added the link below in the description for you. Enjoy.